Just a second here while I'm going live. All right, welcome, everyone that's just now coming on. Make yourself comfortable. If you do have any questions, write them down just so you don't forget, because I will be going fast, not too fast, but just at a moderate speed where you guys could hear me. But as I go through the webinars, if you guys have any questions, just write it down in your notes. Once I'm done, you can ask the questions later on. Just a second here while this load up. All right, we are now live. All right, let's get it. All right, so as you guys can see, I have my trading view platform here. This is my profile. This is my rep in the trading world. And just before I continue, I just want to go over the previous markups that I did before, and then from there, I will be going over this week's new markups that I will do right now and walk you guys through it. Just before I get started, I'm going to mute everyone. If you do have any questions, just write it in the chat box, or you can feel free to ask. All right, let's get started. All right, the first pair that I want to look over again, and this is the older markup, so we're just gonna take a look at what happened, because this particular pair, Euro USD, started selling about a month ago. All right. This is the Euro USD pair, and this markup, like I said, is a little bit older. And as you guys could see, the previous markup was for Euro USD. We had the resistance zone testing right here once, twice right here, a third time right here, and therefore we seen a rejection in price, and this is why I marked it up, saying that there was a resistance zone price at 1.23656, and if you were to enter this trade right here, you would be deep in profit. This was my next resistance zone, which was tick profit 1 and then tick profit 2 all the way down there. So it have not fully reached yet. Let's play the market to see what happened. All right, as you guys could see, I expected a small retracement to happen from this this markup here. I expected a small retracement to happen, but as you guys could see, it was rejected right here at the resistance zone. You also have a hammer right at the top. That's just a confirmation again for you into a trade to go that direction for sell. As you can see, there's a sell pattern happening here. Well, we have a bearish downtrend happening all the way from this resistance zone. That's about almost 400 pips. Why? This is a daily chart. This is a daily time frame. So if you were to enter this trade here, you will be in deep profit by now. I'm actually in that trade myself. I'm holding that trade on my swing trading account. So I'm probably going to hold it for the next 2-3 months until the next reversal. But there will be a bigger reversal right here. A lot of people have been waiting for a buy to happen for Euro USD, but it's not going to happen yet because it broke the resistance zone. It's not going back there anytime soon. The next main support resistance zone is right at the bottom here. All right, as you guys could see, the accuracy. Zoom out real quick. The next support zone is right there where I have my green line right here. This is the next support zone where we will see a retracement again, but then it might break it and continue. If anything, it may create a head and shoulder. I'm going to get out this screen and I'll just show you guys the other predictions and then remark up my chart again. All right, this one was for NZD USD, very similar to Euro USD. All right, let's play the market forward, see what happened. Well, that already happened, but as you guys could see, this is where my markup was for NZD USD. We had a double bottom right here. There's a trick happening down here where we had a W formation, tricked a lot of buyers to go in to buy long term. Come to find out, price could not go any further and went in a sell. So if you got in the sell right here, you would have made profit. The team caught about 50 to 70 pips here, but then we ended up closing way too early, and then we ended up missing a whole lot of pips on this move. And that's mainly because I was not fully paying attention to the chart this whole month and last month, but coming back strong next month though. But as you guys could see, this is the accuracy for this prediction. Right here you have resistance zone price 0.73512. You enter a trade right here for sell. Your next take profit is all the way down there. That's about 400 plus pips. All right. Those pips not going to happen in a week. A lot of times, a lot of traders fail because they expect big moves to happen within weeks or so, but that's not the reality. Some moves takes up to a month until it truly happens. This is another prediction for USD CAD. As you can see, support zone, price broke this, the next support zone, consolidation to reach this place right here. The resistance zone price 1.30901, which therefore would create sort of a double top right here and then sell. But let's see what happened. I believe it continued buying. All right. So seems like it did not continue buying all the way up. We had a major retracement here. just to have a nice double bottom here to go towards take profit here. I'm going to mark that up on a new chart just so you guys can see a little bit more clearly. So now I'm going to get out those old markups and let's go to the real charts now. So my first pair that I will be covering for today is Euro USD. I trade Euro USD a lot because that's one of the main pairs that a lot of people tend to trade. A lot of traders, a lot of new traders trade Euro USD because it's literally the first currency pair, you know, on your phone, on your MT4. So a lot of traders get used to trading Euro USD. So I was on that boat. All right, first currency is Euro USD. Let's take a look. By the way, a lot of my old markups is erased, so I have to make new ones. Let's take a look. All right, I'm going to break this down, this pair down with you all, and I'll really tell you guys what's going on in the market. First of all, before I do any markup, I like to start from the higher time frame. I believe for you to be successful at trading, you have to know how long you're willing to be in that trade for. So therefore, you have to know exactly what time frame you want to trade. But one big thing about time frame that a lot of people don't know is that the time frame, either if it's the monthly time frame or the daily time frame, the whatever time frame it is, it's the same. It's the same market. It's just that if you are in a monthly candle, that monthly candle will just show as small little candles in a smaller time frame. And I'm going to break it down a little bit more in depth so you guys can understand. But as you guys can see here, I still have my old markup, which, all right, I'm going to leave this markup here for now. All right, now, like I said, before I do anything, I like to start on the higher time frame. So on the higher time frame, we are on the monthly chart. You have two resistance on here where you would have had entry right here, right here, right here. All right, now we could see this was support, which was broken to become a new resistance zone. So now what I'm going to do is erase where price has broken, erase that zone. I'm going to change that line. I like to color code my line just so I don't get confused. For resistance zones, I put red lines that represent sells, red bars. For support zones, I put green bars. It represent buys and support zones. So in this case, we have a resistance zone here at this candle. Now we have to bring this resistance zone down because we have a new resistance zone right down there. All right. The true resistance zone in this is at the candle. All right. This is where the true next resistance zone is at. Nowhere else. All right. Let's take that. All right. Move that right there. All right. One of the main reasons why I love marking up my charts is because I know exactly what's going on in the market. I know exactly where I'm at. Because if I mark up my chart on the higher time frame, every time I go down to the lower time frame, the higher time frame is still going to show me my markups. Still going to show me that, hey, this is what you've seen from the higher time frame. So it'll give me a better idea of what trades to take. All right. That's the monthly time frame now. Now, let's move down to the weekly, so forth and so on. All right, now we're in the weekly time frame now. As you guys could see. Just a second, guys. Let me check something with Facebook real quick, make sure that I'm on live. All right, just a second. All right, we all good. All right, let's get back to the chart. All right, back to what I was saying. I'm going to return back to the monthly chart. All right, like I said in previously, I like to start in the monthly chart. Reason why is because it gives you a better perspective of really what's going on in the higher time frame. And like I said before, do not get confused by the time frame. The time frame is just the time frame. The monthly just the monthly candle that's happening right here, and it's a red candle. One of the easiest way to find out the true trend of the market is to find out what color is the candle on the higher time frame. So, for example, real quick, you can see right here, right, where you have a green candle. That just tells me that, hey, I'm in a bullish trend. All right, now I'll just wait for the next candle to open. The next candle is green. All those greens candles opening just telling me that I'm in a bullish trend. So therefore, in the smaller time frame, you'll see more green candles than you see red candles. So therefore, you know what trades you should do and what trade you should not do. So in this case, Euro USD has been selling for the past month or so. So let's go closer to see what happened. If I zoom in, you guys can see my previous market where I said there's a resistance zone right here. Price tested that resistance zone. If you were to enter, you would be in profit. This was take profit 1 and take profit 2 somewhere down there, which I'm going to make right now. I'm actually currently holding this trade long term on my swing trade account, so we'll see how that goes. All right, now the next major support zone on this chart is at the monthly time frame right here, where we had a retracement on the monthly time frame. And like I said before, I like to color code my lines. I like to color code it so I can know exactly where I'm at. So red represent resistance zone, more red bars happening, and green represent support zone, more green bars happening. All right, seems like we have a question. Just a second here while I change this color. Time to get this order. All right, that's my next support zone. The next monthly candle is going to open right here at this next support. It's going to look something like this, which will be a retracement. All right, it may create 2-3 monthly candles, maybe not, but we'll see. And then sell again. It'll just be boom, down. We had a small retracement here, but you did not see it because of the monthly time frame. It happened, but it was so small. I believe it happened like in an hour time frame also. So even if you did get in that buy, you did not catch a lot of pips. So me personally, I do not like trading against the trend. You'll find that every time you get in a trade that's against the trend, it'll take so long for you to make money. And then once the real trend is happening, it's like you losing money so fast. All right, just before I continue here, let me check out this message. All right. Someone said, I caught those 2 candles. My analysis was very accurate. Hey, if you caught those 2 candles, your analysis was on point. So you should be in very deep profit right now. Actually, since you guys may think I'm kidding, I'm actually in that trade. By the way, I'm going to see if I can show you guys from here. All right. This is my MT4 here I'm looking at on my phone. All right, take a look at this, guys. I don't know if you guys can see my phone clearly, but I got Euro USD entry right at the top where my analysis is at. You guys can see clearly. Probably not, but yeah, the yellow line you guys see across, that's what I entered. All right, this is it in profits. This is my swing account. All blue gang, that's all we know here. You know how it is. We don't guess the market here. All right, back to what I was saying. Yeah, this is the analysis for Euro USD. We had a resistance zone right there at the top. First entry, second entry. Now let's take a look at the smaller time frame to see how it played out. Let's go to the weekly time frame. Now, remember what I said before I even move on. Do not get confused by the candles, all right? Whatever the candle is, if it's one big candle in the monthly time frame, it's probably like 2, 3, 4 candles in the weekly time frame that are red. And probably like 10, 20 candles in the daily that are red. So let's take a look. Weekly time frame, those two big monthly candles are about, let's count. First entry right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about 5 weekly candles you would have caught, which shows on the monthly time frame as 2, 3 big candles. On the daily time frame, it's going to show even more daily candles. See that? About 10, 20, like I said. I'm not going to count all of it, but you guys can see the picture. Again, this is the markup. We have an M formation here, and I'm going to draw it out for those of you guys that may be new, that do not know why a particular pair buy or sells. In just a second here, guys, I'm going to get to you guys' questions. All right, this is why this pair sold right here, okay? We have market moving to the high, playing around, created a double top, all right? If you got in here, you made some money. If you got in here, you made some money on the sell. But as you guys could see here, there was a trig where we had a W formation, a double bottom, which is the reason why price went up. All right, then it went up, but still cannot break this resistance zone right here. This resistance zone here is one of the biggest resistance zone because price could not break it. And look how many times price tested and tried to break it and could not. Look, tried right here to break it, it cannot. That was 1. Tried again right here 2. Tried again right here 3. This one was the most powerful one because it was in an M formation. Every time you see a formation, most likely 9 times out of 10, it's going to be moving much faster than usual. So you got 1 right here, you got 1 right here. Then here it tested again, cannot. It created an M formation again. And this was the real confirmation that, hey, I cannot go any further. So if you were watching this pair and you knew what you were doing, you would have caught this move. You would have made some money on it. All right, that's Euro USD. And that's just the daily chart. I'm going to clear this out. Let's go towards the 4-hour chart, H4 chart. And I'll get to the messages right about now. All right, just waiting for these messages to load. Okay, we have a question here. It says, what time frame do you enter trade? Okay, that's a great question. I enter trades on a smaller time frame just so I could be very, very accurate. But the higher time frame gives me my true entries, because there's more. You can have different entries in the market, okay? And this is one of the things that a lot of people may get confused, because you may enter a trade, but for how long you enter that trade. So therefore, that's how you have to know what time frame you're trading. So if I found my analysis on the higher time frame, which is the daily time frame, or the weekly time frame, then therefore I know that if I enter from that point and I go to the smaller time frame, I zoom in the market, I go to the smaller time frame, I see it's right there at that resistance zone, like right here. But I seen this setup from the daily time frame. The setup was from the daily time frame. So if I enter right here, I'm expecting a bigger move to happen, and I'm expecting to stay in that trade long term. But let's say, for example, if you were to get in the 1 hour time frame or the 30-minute time frame or 15-minute time frame, the thing that a lot of traders get confused is that they will just enter a trade and they will just see how far it goes, but they don't really know the potential of the trade. And this is why a lot of people lose. They either enter a trade too early or they get out too early. All right? Or they get out too late. It goes both ways. So instead of guessing, you just have to know. So most traders, well, not most traders, the unsuccessful traders, they would enter a trade from the minute time frame or the 5-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, and they'll be holding that trade for like a week, swinging it, but it was not even a swing entry. So therefore, you're wrong. That trade is not good. If you do enter from a smaller time frame, then you're not looking to stay in that trade for too long. Therefore, you're looking to scalp. So let's say if I were to trade the smaller time frame. Well, if I'm trading the smaller time frame, now I have to get familiar with the zones. I have to understand zones. I have to know what it means, which I'm going to explain real quick right here. All right. What makes a zone? A zone is a support and a resistance that makes a zone. What is a support and a resistance? A resistance zone is the roof of the market. A support zone is the floor of the market. So, therefore, let's look at this real quick. We had a roof right here, which is the resistance zone. Color code this red. And this is the 15-minute time frame. Boom. All right. If I'm trading the 15-minute time frame, I would enter a trade here and I would get out right here. Why? Because this is my zone. All right. I can only expect pips in that zone. After that is consolidation for another breakout. This is a zone. All right. Now, zones are very, very important, and this is why. Zones help you identify what trends you are in. So if I'm in this trade, the zone I'm in is breaking upwards. That means it's breaking resistance zone, going up, then therefore we're in an uptrend. If I'm in a zone and it's breaking my support zone, is going down, then I'm in a downtrend. It's that simple. That's it. It's simple like that. Now, the next big important thing is that your patience have to come in play to know when to get in the trade and when to not get in the trade, because there are multiples in the market. There's higher time frame zones and smaller time frame zones. Real quick, what is a smaller time frame zone? Well, if I go in the 5-minute time frame, that's a smaller time frame zone. If I go in the 1-minute time frame, that's a smaller time frame zone. You could find entries in any time frame. It's what are you looking to do in the market? Are you looking to scalp? Are you looking to swing? Are you looking to hold trades long or short term, medium? You have to know how long you're willing to stay in that trade and how much you're expecting that trade to give you as far as profits. All right. So in this case, 1-minute time frame, there's a new zone in the minute time frame, and I'm going to show you right now. If I were to be scalping, we have the roof, which is resistance zone, and you have the floor, which is a support zone. All right, support represented as green. Minute time frame, this is not a lot of pips. So let's see. From here to, from this zone to up there. All right, minute time frame, that's a 21 pip gap. All right, dollar lot, that's 200. All right, so if you scalping, the reason I say dollar a lot because you want to be, if you are scalping, you want to be scalping big lots so you could get the trader's worth of profits. So if I were to be scalping this zone right here, from here to here, I would get in the sell here, I would hold, and then I would close right here. All right, I wait for formation. This is your confirmation, W formation. I would enter a buy and I would hold until right here again, where it tests, where it will make a double top, possibly test long term. From there, we'll see what happens. All right. So hopefully that answered your question as far as finding entry point. To really just break it down for you is just know what time frame you're trading in. Just know what type of trader you are. Are you a scalper or a swing trader? If you're a scalper, then you find entries on a smaller time frame. If you're a swing trader, then you find entries on the higher time frame. It's that simple. All right, that's for your USD. Been talking over. I did not really get a chance to mark it up, but I'm going to mark it up real quick, and then we're going to move on to the next one. All right, you see, guys, all those lines I just did for the zones on the smaller time frame, they still show up on the higher time frame. All right, so I'm going to just erase them so I don't get confused. I like to find one entries. One of the big issues too I see people do, and it's not working. This is it. When a lot of time I see people when they first find about what is support and resistance, then they'll go and put a whole bunch of lines on their chart and thinking they're trading support and resistance, but really you're just confusing yourself because you have too many lines on your chart. That's why I say find what style of trader you are, swing or you're a scalper. If you're a swing trader, you mark up from the higher time frame. If you're a scalping trader, you mark up from the smaller time frame. I do both. I could swing, I could scalp. I could get in a swing trade, hold it for a week, and scalp over it while in profit. You could do whatever you want as long as you have the knowledge and the skill set to do it. And this is why you guys are here. All right, now let me go back. We're going back to the higher time frame. So from the higher time frame, I see you or USD going to sell, continue selling. All right, it's going to retrace probably tonight or tomorrow, and then by Thursday morning or Wednesday morning, it will continue selling to go towards support zone right here at the bottom. So let me just mark that just so we know that price will reach that support zone. All right, and this webinar is recorded, so we will be able to see again what happened. So let's mark it up real quick. And there's not really much marking up to do really for this one because it's already marked up. All right, that's the floor right there. We're just waiting for price to reach it. Now, one of your some of you guys' question may be, so since price is going to go towards that support zone, should I get in the sell right now? No, because if you do get in the sell right now, you may have wrong entry. This is where your patience have to come in. A lot of times, it's not that you are wrong in a trade. You're just too hurry. You are in a rush. You're gonna miss it. You're gonna get in the trade too early. It's gonna take your stop loss, take half of your account. Now you don't have no more money to trade. Might as well be patient. It works. All right, we have resist support zone. Support zone price 1.16 106. You guys can do the same thing. Like I always say, when I do my webinars, make sure you guys are copying exactly what I'm doing on your chart, because once I mark up my chart, I have it on there. So every time during the week when I'm trading, I already know the analysis. If you guys are just watching and not really marking it up on your end, you're not going to know what's going to happen for the week. The main reason of marking up your chart is for you to know where you are at, what's going on. It's kind of like this. You can't play a game without knowing the rules and how much you need to beat that team. You need to be prepared. It's kind of like you going to war. You have to be prepared. This is why Sunday nights are great for you to mark up your chart. So when the week starts, you know exactly what's going on. All right. I just marked it up from the daily chart. There's really not much more to do to this chart. Just now gotta wait for it to happen. But just before this sells towards that main resistance zone, that main support zone, it has to retrace for about 50 pips or so. So therefore, me personally, I'm not going to go in the buy going to sell right now if I miss an entry from the top. I would wait and see what happens later on. Because this is the 4-hour time frame, I would not be surprised if price do a W formation here, 4-hour time frame, go all the way back up here, right, and do a M formation, then sell. So I know it can happen. I know it may happen. So therefore, I'm waiting to buy right here, right here, right here, definitely right here, and definitely right here. Because I'm expecting this now. Price is too low. All right, it's just common sense. When you first come to forex, it's simple. Look, the first thing you learn is buy low, sell high. If it's too high, it's going to sell. If it's too low, it's going to buy. Well, in this case, Euro USD is too low. It's been selling for weeks now. So therefore, it has to buy. It doesn't have to buy for 300, 400 pips. But it has to buy. It has to. The market never goes one direction and just keep going in that direction. That never happened. Never. Now, we got about 4 more currencies to go. The next currency we're going to look at is GBP AUD. Just before I go into details about those currencies, I used to trade all types of currencies. Whenever I see a move, I would get in that trade because every time I see a pattern, either a W formation or M formation, I'll just get in that trade. But from my experience and what I have been in my journey, I found out it's best to just focus on just 4 pairs and just stick to it. I know it may be annoying sometimes for me. It's an issue because I'm not greedy, but if I see a move on a different currency, I want to take that trade. But really, reality is long term, if you want real growth, real money in Forex, you have to just focus on 2 to 4 pairs. Because even if there's moves happening in other pairs, 1 pair alone could give you 400 pips if you know what you are doing. Now, if you do 4 pairs and you cash 400 pips on all those pairs, that's a lot of pips you caught for the month. So therefore, you don't have to really jump to currency to currency to currency. I used to do it, but I used to do it a lot. I slowed down. I used to do it, and it works. It's just that not every pairs move at the same time. Some pairs may be going the right direction at the moment, and then while you're in that trade, the other pairs you was losing on now starting to go back to profit, but the one you was winning on is starting to go back down to negative because now it's like one is going to profit, the other one is retracing. It gets confusing. So it's best to just stick to 3 to 4. That's it, I'll say. Max 5. All right, that's EU. Next pair is GBP AUD. I've chose 4 pairs to trade and focus only. And these are the pairs that I trade. Not just only 4. Some I do on the side. I trade Euro USD, GBP AUD, USD CAD, NZD JPY, and gold. All right. Now, reason I chose those pairs because I chose Euro USD. Why? Because if I know what Euro USD is doing, then I know what GBP USD doing, AUD USD, NZD, all those other pairs. I know exactly what they're doing because it's a US pair. If I know what the CAD pair is doing, then I know what all the other CAD pairs are doing. Same like for JPY. That's why I chose NZD JPY. If I know what NZD JPY doing, all the JPY pairs, I know what they're doing as well. Same thing for GBP odd. It's a GBP pair, or you could go with the odd Australian dollar. If the Australian dollar gain value against the GBP odd with against GBP, which is a pretty strong pair, that means odd and USD would end up being buying because the odd is actually gaining strength over the GBP pair. So the next one on our list is GBP odd. And once I'm done, guys, if you guys have any currencies in mind, you guys want me to go over for you and mark up, I will do so. Just before I go to GBP odd, let's take a look at Euro NZD. Why? It is because that's one of our signals we are currently holding right now for about 180 pips. I believe 200 pips now because it gapped. All right, Euro NZD, as you guys could see it. All right, look, I'm going to go back to exactly what I had said before. A lot of times, all right, and I'm going to repeat it. A lot of times, it's not that you are wrong in the market. You're not wrong. It's just that the time you enter that trade is wrong. So look, take a look at this. The analysis don't lie. I see there was a sell happening. I was not wrong. I was right. So I said resistance zone price 1.71767 right here. Price sold. Broke resistance, continue selling. But most people, and I'm not even going to say most people, I got caught in this because I was expecting it to sell long term. But what happened is there was a retracement happening on the higher time frame, which was the hour time frame. There was NZD news last week, and it happened at around Asian session, which was horrible news, which made price go all the way up here. Test again, and this was when the first Euro NZD swing signal sell went back to entry, and we lost like 150 pips from that trade just because the retracement was so big. But the trade is still right, and now it's even more right because now we have a double top. Not only we have a double top, we have a double top information on the higher time frame. When you see that, that's when it's going long term. So if you guys right now are plus 180 pips, you could probably see 300 pips by the end of the week. I'm going to keep watching it. We'll see where it's at. So yeah, for those of you guys that did not get a chance to catch the signal, you guys missed out. I'm still holding. Let me show you guys. I'm going to show you guys just a smaller account. I like swing trading, guys. Why? Because most people on my team and most people that's new and coming into Forex going to have small account. Not a lot of people coming into Forex with 5K, 10K. I know for sure I didn't. I didn't come into Forex with 5K to invest or 10K to invest. I came with 50 bucks and I blew it. So most people come into Forex with a small amount of money. But if you swing trade, you will make good profit on small amount of money, because if you could hold a trade for a couple of weeks to make 300 pips, any lot size you do, you will make profit. All right, let me show you guys another one. Just a second here. I'm just showing you guys I'm finding a smaller, one of the smaller accounts I have. I'm growing. All right, let's see this one. All right. Probably you guys may not be able to. All right. Small trades. Anyone that has smaller account will be able to do this. As you guys could see, mini lots. Look how much the mini lot making. That's called pips. All right. That's real. We don't guess the market. We know. This signal entry was here. Right here. So we held, price reached take profit 1 for the team. All right, told everyone to continue holding their trade. We had an opportunity to re-enter right here at the top for an extra 100 pips. All right, this is just another consolidation. Now we about 180, almost 200 pips on that swing trade, but expect a retracement. The retracement could take away about 40 to 50 pips. It's just part of it. All right, if you swing trading, you have to be prepared for the retracement. All right, just like we had a retracement here for about 40 pips. We was not scared because we knew. We had a retracement here for Euro NZD. Boom, 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 40 pips. Out of our 100 pips, we kept continue holding. You know, risk 40 pips for what? 120 plus pips again. Right here at the re-entry. All right, but you guys can continue holding that trade. We're going to have about 250 pips on that. Now take a look at this. How do I know? Well, I know how because there's a main support right here. But just before that, I'm going to redo this markup. It's kind of messed up. I like to be on point with what I'm doing. All right. Experienced traders would see the flaw with this right here. All right. This is where the resistance zone is actually at. Right here. Why? Because that's the highest within the sell trend that it's been, and it could not go any further than that. So it has to just go the right direction, which is done. It did. So this is the true resistance here. All right. If you were paying attention, you would have entered right here. This happened Thursday morning. I watched it, and I re-entered because I knew. I don't guess. All right. Boom. New resistance zone. Now we have two support zones down there waiting. Right here, we have a support zone at the W formation. So let's place a green line just so we know that's the support. Why is a support? Well, we had a W formation, small one, which made price go up. That means it was rejected, so it's a support. It's simple. Now, I'm going to keep holding this trade for real when price breaks this main support zone. Because once it does break, now it's not a support zone anymore. It becomes a resistance because price is below, the candle is below it. So it will be, instead of this candle over it, it'll be a red candle literally right underneath it, right, like that. And therefore, that will be your sell. All right? So, you know. All right, now, I'm not going to go too much into details with that. We already destroyed that pair. GBP odd, one of my favorite pairs as well. It pays a lot. We made entry on that. It's my fault. I was out, guys, having fun. Next week, though, I will be back on the chart, focus, going after like 4 or 5 pairs. And we're just gonna rate those pairs. GBP. For those of you guys that don't know, GBP odd stands for the Great Britain pound versus the Australian dollar. All right, let's take a look. Oh, so mad. Well, I'm mad because I did not get a chance to send the signal to you guys, but I'm actually in that trade. Let me show you. Let's see, which account did I enter that in? Oh yeah, look at this, guys. I'm growing a $100 account swing trades. You tell me how many pips this is. All right, you tell me. You guys see that? Look at the balance. Look at the balance on this one. You see the balance? All right, that's about the average balance of my team. All right, look at this. We're really feeding everyone out here. Mini lot. Look. Mini lot, look how much it's making. That's 130 pips. Any lot size would pay. Standard lot, that's 1,300. Easy. Why? Because I knew. I ain't guessing. All right. How did I know though? Let's find out. I'm going to erase all these lines because it looks confusing, right? So let's start erasing these lines. All right. And again, like I said, as I'm going through the webinar, make sure you ask questions. That's the only way I know what questions to answer and what to go over. All right. Wow, look at that monthly candle, huh? And you know what? I sent the signal for a swing. I could show you guys right now. I sent the signal for that. It took us out early. All right, let me erase everything. The take profit on this swing signal was 300 pips. It's at 300 pips now. I'm making 100, and I'll call it kind of late. But before we continue, it seems like some people have some questions. All right, let's see. Not there. Not there. Oh, there it is. We have, how do you calculate the SLTP accurately? Great questions. I will answer that throughout the webinar. Can you do USD CHF? Of course. Right after this, towards the end. Any more questions? Taking all questions. All right. Seems like there's no more for now. All right. GBP odd monthly time frame. Let's see what's going on. Boom. Here I have my markup. Weekly time frame. All right. Perfect entry we got. Look at this. Also GBP USD. All right. Gotcha. And for those of you guys that asked me to do USD CHF and GBP USD, shoot me a message. Tell me what do you think it's going to do. And then I'll look at it, then I'll see. All right, daily chart. This sell was so serious, man. It's like I'm so mad that the team could have ate on that. I got you guys next time. All right, we have a resistance zone for GBP odd. All right, and I just wait for your answer. What do you think GBP USD gonna do? Because it correlates with, you know, GBP odd. All right, let's make sure we say this is a resistance zone so we don't get confused. Resist this zone price. Resistance zone price 1.82194. 1.82194. That's the resistance zone price. About that, it's not fully accurate like to the T, but around that price. Right there. This is a support zone, okay? So if you were to enter in this zone from resistance to down here, you'd be in profit. But as you could see clearly, this was a resistance zone. This is the 4-hour time frame now, keep in mind. this was a resistance zone, and we could obviously see that price broke it, cannot go any further. Now it just has to go back down. Don't hurry up and rush to get in a sell right now. There may be a retracement to test again that main resistance zone to continue selling again. So I'll wait to see what happened, but it's a sell. All right. GBP think it's going up, okay? Feel like it's not ready to break out, but it is going to keep testing the support and resistance. Or USD CHF. Okay, good. All right, got both answers for GU and UCHF. Great. All right, but this is GBP odd. GBP odd broke main resistance zone, main support zone. So therefore, now you know for sure that you are in a sell trend, a sell zone. We'll just wait for small retracements and then re-entry for sells. Now, it is a sell, but it could be a buy as well, because if price retrace and come back and start playing above this main support zone line, right, and it closes above it, then therefore now it's a buy. You could enter anywhere around here, here for a buy. And that going back to the question where the question was, how do you know your right stop loss or your right TP? Well, in this case, if I'm going to enter a buy for GBP odd on the 4-hour time frame, I see there's a support zone here. I would enter at the 4-hour candle. My stop loss would be underneath that wick of that candle, and it will be underneath that support. Therefore, I know that's like a main place that the market, there's a high probability that it's not going to go back there again. That's how you find a good entry with a minimal stop loss and a high take profit. But it'll have to come back up to go in though. Mistake. If you're getting a buy right now, you're done. If you're getting a buy right now, why are you done? Because this is a red candle on the 4-hour time frame. Doesn't make sense to get in the buy. So let's go to the smaller time frame to see. Our time frame, boom. I would not get in the buy here. I'd rather get in the buy here. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. These are buys. This is not buys. All this is not, look, all this is just straight sells. And look where the new candle opened. There is no way that it's going to just reverse and go back up. It'll just have to create a new candle and break it. So let's see. Look how much profit I'm making on that. Boom. This account was at 160. With the profit floating, it's now at equity 555 from 160. Floating $307. Balance is 248 because I had closed earlier, previously. It was like more trades running. I closed. That's GBP odd right there. That's the trade. You know, that's a small account growing. Nothing to be really excited about. But I am excited about the pips. The pips is like almost 200 pips. All right, smaller time frame, 15-minute time frame. You're able to see a little bit clearer what's going on. So as you guys could see, there it is. It's going down. It would not make sense to buy it because it seems like it's going to break the previous support and just continue. Right here. See how I just broke it? This is where the new candle opened. Underneath, that's a resistance. If it were to be above, then it'll be a support. All right, that's for GBP odd. Let's take a quick look at GU, then UCHF, then I got 2 more currencies, and that's it for the night. All right, let's do GBP USD. GBP USD is very, very similar to GBP odd and GBP NZD. I bet GBP selling. See, I told you. It's the same thing. If you find out what GBP are doing or GBP and GD doing, you know what GBU is doing. If you know what GU doing, you know what GRGN doing. That's just a cheat code. Thank me later. Cheat code to trade multiple pairs. All right, look at this, guys. Old markup. Accurate. I don't guess. Monthly time. Zoom in. This is where we had the buy channel happening for GU. Boom. Right here. Let's break it down. Let's go to the weekly time frame. All right. Weekly time frame. New weekly candles open underneath. So it's going to go down towards that next support. What's the next support? Right there. It's not that far. My analysis tell you where it's going to go. I've been had this markup. It's nothing new. Look, daily time frame. I'm actually in that trade too, by the way. Swing. Holding. All right. Price came from a main resistance on all the way up there. Perfect entry. Perfect entry. All right. And price sold so much, it sold so far that it broke daily support. Right now, where you see price at right now, that's underneath a daily support. It's the daily support. So the sell trend is very, very, very strong. But this is Forex. Market cannot just keep going down and down and down and down and down and never come up. It has to retrace back for at least 50 plus pips. All right. Maybe less, maybe more. I don't really know because it's a retracement. That's why I don't trade retracement. I trade with the trend. When you trade in retracement, you don't know how far it could go. It just, let me just hop in this trade to see what happens. You don't want to trade like that. That's gambling. All right. Now, so your answer was you think it's going to go up. Yes, it is going to go up, but not now. Why I say not now? Look at the candles you're in. 4 hour is a red candle, bear. 1 hour, red candles, bearish. You don't want to go in the buy, destroy. 30-minute time, bearish candle. You don't want to go in the buy. All right, let's see the smaller time frame. Even the 5-minute, bearish. You don't want to go in the buy. But if you are though, if you want to, what you have to do is place a small support right there because price did not close just yet. Well, never mind. It just broke. You guys just seen it. What I was going to say is that if you did want to get in a buy, this can probably happen for you where you have a nice little W in the 5-minute time frame. It will look something like that. It looks so good too for a W formation. Wow. Just like that. This should have happened or could have happened, but it's the market. So take a look at this, right? If this candle right here in the 5-minute time frame broke, you don't want to get in the buy. It's not a confirmation. If there's a new candle that opened, it come back up and it close above it, all right, then it makes sense for you to get in the buy. And again, that goes back to the previous question was, how do you know for perfect entry minimal stop loss? Well, if you enter in this 5-minute time frame here at this W formation, you would enter right here. Stop loss will be right here, perfect entry. That's a quick scalp. Either it go up or it break to trigger a stop loss. Only two things could happen. All right, that's for GBP USD. All right, now let's take a look at USD CHF. USD CHF, I sent a signal for it on Friday, like 8 pips stop loss, but the entry was a little bit too early. but it wasn't wrong though. Take a look. 4 hour time frame. I still think it's going to go. It's going to go up. Mm, price is very high right now, so it may retrace for about 50 plus pips, then go up. But this is what we have though. We have a whole rally uptrend for UCHF. I missed a lot of that move. I just caught some. All right, look at this, guys. Let's let me change this. We're gonna remark up this chart. I had sent a signal right here, right about here, on Friday. All right. I believe news happened. It was at this support right here. I remember clearly. Then news happened. We was on this candle. We were happy as hell. I was expecting price to go here and then break it. But then this happened. Triggered a stop loss. -8 pips. We was already running like 150 plus pips. So -8 pips out of 150. That's nothing. That's nothing at all. But as you guys could see, our stop loss triggered and look what happened. Now it's going back up. Back at support. Let's see what happened. By tomorrow morning, I'll know exactly what signal to send for that particular pair. All right, I'm just going to push this down just a little bit to put it right there at that support, just so I know. All right, this is a 4-hour zone, guys. This is where you're waiting for a breakout, and then you'll find out exactly what trade to do, what trend you are in. So take a look. All right. Trade to do. What you have a zone right here. Okay, zone here, zone here. Ignore this real quick. Ignore this one. All right, just from here to here is a zone. That's about 30 pips, 40 pips, 50 pips, about. More so, maybe less. All right. Now, there's a nice information here, boom, which caused the sell to happen. If you caught this, got in this trade, you will be making money on there. By the way, I'm saying you will be making money in there. Every trade I talk about, 9 times out of 10, I'm in there. Wow. GBPR just dropped for another 15 pips. Check it out. I was making 303, now making 338. Equity went from 555 to 585. If I close right now, my balance will be 585 from 160. If I don't close, it may reach 1K. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I know for a fact, if I could wait for 400 pips, I could probably see 1K off mini lots. We'll see. He ain't going to keep going too, by the way, guys. Just hold that signal. Go to sleep safe. You up 200 pips. You're never going back to that entry again. But here you can see there's the information. And here, price testing that main support. So there may be buys happening right here. But the true signal is when price either break this resistance zone for a sell, all right, and we have candles right underneath, or it breaks the resistance zone for a buy, and we have candles on the top. 4-hour time frame. I like the 4-hour time frame and the hour time frame. They're more reliable for me. All right, boom. That's it. Oh, that's an ugly candle. Let me undo that. All right, much better now. All right, this is our true confirmation, guys, for buy or sell. Right now, we don't have to do nothing. Since our stop loss was already triggered for like 8 pips, let's take a break. Next confirmation is going to be either it breaks this resistance zone or it breaks this support zone. Whichever one it's at, I'm going to make a profit. Let me give you guys a cheat code. You want perfect entry? Put a pending order right here for buy. Stop loss, 10 pips. And put a sell pending order right here. Stop loss, 10 pips. Two things only could happen. Price go all the way up, break it, and keep going. You'll be in profit. Or price would break this one and keep going and you'll be in profit. Or it may hit it, test it again one more time, and then go the opposite way, then you will lose. But either way, it'll be perfect entry. That's why I like pending orders. Pending orders give you perfect entry because you get to choose where you want to be in the market, and the market has to come get you for you to make money. It's not like you, oh, I'm going to miss the buy. Let me hurry up and get in. It's not like that. I don't like to trade like that. That's how you lose. You don't want to lose. You want to win. So do what winners do. That's what I do. All right, that's USD CHF. All right, you said you felt like USD CHF not ready to break out yet. It's going to test the support and the resistance zone. Yeah, there's a major zone in the 4-hour and the 4-hour time frame. Like I said, it's either going to break this or that. So in the meantime, you don't have to get in trade unless you want to scalp. So 30-minute time frame. This is how it looks. Look how disrespectful this market is, right? They took our stop loss out just to return back to entry. Wow. But it's all right. It was a Friday signal, so it was not like a great signal, you know. By the way, my signals, the best ones, the one I like the most, the swings, their signature is called jackpot. I'm also going to get the chain, you dig? You guys see this one? This one's too small. I'm going to get another one. We're going to say jackpot. You guys can call me jackpot from now on. You know why it's jackpot? Because if you know me or you've been around me, you've been blessed. You hit the jackpot. I'll literally show you how to make bread. That's why I chose my name, Jackpot. And those swing signals, they call jackpot trades. Right now, ENZD jackpot winning is 200 pips. Congratulations, you guys that caught it. We'll just be catching the next one soon. All right, it's getting about that time. Oh, just before I start closing the meeting, we are now at, take a look, an extra 15 pips, GR. It went from 330 to now 355. You guys can see that? You get the trade. You get the pips. Easy. It's not hard. You guys can do the same thing. And I'm just showing you guys small account. I'm not even. I'll show you guys in the other accounts later. Next time. But last currency I'm going to cover for tonight, and we're going to wrap it up, is, let's see what's on my list. NZGJPY or gold? Let's do gold instead. Gold is represented as XAUSD. All right. Hey, another cheat code, guys. If you see Euro USD selling, GU selling, gold going to sell too. Okay, that's how I make money easy. If I know one currency, I know every other currency. So if I see EU sells, then gold going to sell, and that's just another free nugget for everyone. Take it or leave it. But from the monthly chart, you know, when the monthly candles red, ooh, this gold trade just started selling. Monthly time frame. This is the where the resistance is at. So if you want to swing this, perfect entry. Put that right there. I'm gonna trade gold this week actually. I see opportunities. Too high. All right. Ooh, there's a US news coming up. But this is gold. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weekly candles on the sell. That's a lot of money in gold. That's a lot of profit. Look, You could have a $10 account going the smallest lot size the broker will let you, and you will quadruple 10 times your account if you swing trade. If you don't, no. All right. This is gold. Right now, gold is consolidating. For those of you guys that do not know what consolidating is, in the market you have breakouts and consolidation. Breakouts is when there's big moves going one direction. Consolidation is when it goes sideways. For example, this is a consolidation. Then you had a breakout going up. It can't go too far. We had consolidation. It cannot go any higher. It's sold. Entry right here, you good. 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 Consolidation. Do not enter. I repeat, do not enter any trade for gold right now. Do not. Because this is a consolidation. You want a big retracement, enter right here for a sell, you go into profit. One of the biggest reasons why people lose in Forex is patience in the market. Like I said, you're not wrong. It's just that, is it right now? Is it right at the moment? That's why it's not easy to send signals, because a lot of times people would ask me, when are you going to send signals? Can you send a signal right now? No, I cannot. I cannot just send a signal right now. I cannot just look at it and just say, hey, I'm going to send a signal. I have to take into consideration what time I'm going to send the signal, what time frame am I going to send that signal? Is it a scalping trade? Is it a trend trade? There's a lot that goes behind it. It's not just send a signal. There's a lot that goes behind it. So as a signal provider and a mentor and educator, I'm telling you, do not go in this trade right now because there's a consolidation on gold. Wait for a big move as a retracement, then you enter your trade, then you will be in profit. Why? Because it puts you in a position where your stop loss is smaller than usual. That's why when you rush into trade, when you feel like you're wrong, even if you're not wrong, it's just going against you, you just putting your stop loss a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, until you like negative 10, negative 100 pips deep. Because you're not focused enough to know where you are at in the market and what's going on. Before you take any trade, first know where you are at in the market. Once you find out where you are at in the market, that's it. Because it gives you what probability trades to take. Like right now, from the higher time frame, I know gold is selling. Well, if gold is selling and there's a downtrend happening, it'll be more in my favor to take sells trades than buys trade. Because if I take buy trades, it'll be a consolidation or a retracement trade. It's not good. I'll be in there forever and there'll be no breakout. But if I wait for after the consolidation, I could at least find great entry point and be able to get in that trade with minimal stop loss. That's how I'm able to do big lots on small accounts, because if my entry is right, then what's wrong? I see a lot of people scared to do big lots. Why are you scared? You're scared to do big lots because you're wrong. You're scared that if you reach negative 20, 30 pips, you could blow your account. You're right. That's why you don't want to do a big lot. But if you knew for sure, why not? I have 1K account. I take 10 lots on my 1K account. It don't affect me because I know. I know if I get in a trade right now for a 10 lot on a 1K account, my stop loss is 5 pips, 10 pips top. 10 pips, that's me risking the whole account. 5 pips, that's me risking 500. So all I have to do is wait and find the best entry possible and make my stop loss the least. Because all you need on a 10 lot is 10 pips. You already doubled your account. That's why people don't come up in Forex, because they don't know. They're scared. They're scared to do big lots. Why is there a lot of traders, but they don't make a lot of money? Because of the lot size they do. Why do you see other people's make $1,000 or $10,000 in one day and you making like 50 or 100 or 20? It's your lot size. But if you knew for sure and you did a big lot size like that person did, you would have came up too. It's all about the risk. If you take the risk, you're gonna make it. You just gotta be right. Right. How many candles? We have a question here, real quick. How many candles should I normally wait to see until I enter a trade for the most profit? Well, for the most profit, keyword most profit, I will go to the higher time frame. I'll find I don't need multiple candles on the higher time frame to give me a confirmation. One or two candles is enough. And this is why. Take a look. Because if I go to the month daily time frame, already I wouldn't need to enter that trade. It's not hard. I don't need that many confirmation. Well, why? Well, the first candle is red. That's already a confirmation to sell. If you didn't sell, your fault. Okay, you missed it. Second candle is red, and it closed red. That's another confirmation again to sell. If you didn't, you're lost. Now we're on consolidation. Do not get in trades. If you do get in a trade, get in a sell. It makes more sense to get in a sell because the candle is red. But it's gonna change later on tonight. It's gonna do this and then break up, not go too far, and I will enter right here and trade for a sell. That's the trend. Most traders are getting right here. Oh, it's gonna buy. How do you know that? I know it's not. But how do you know? Oh, it's gonna buy. It may buy. Yes, you may have 50 pips. You scalping, but I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for the real trade, the right one. The right one is the sell. So I'm gonna wait for the buy retracement this week, and then I will enter at an information or head and shoulders. That's it. Forex is all about patience. Forex is only 10% skill. Everything else is mental. If you could work that part out, you will be successful in Forex. All right. Since I was covering a lot of currencies and I'm marking up real quick, I did not get a chance to fully mark up my chart and be able to send it to you guys. So what I will do right after this webinar ends, I'm going to fully mark up all the charts that I said I was going to do. So what I will do is I will be doing Euro USD, GBP odd, USD CAD, NZD, JPY, and gold. Mark up and send it to you guys. I'm serious, guys. I even have a note to keep me focused on the only currencies I have to trade, nothing else. Because I get sidetracked a lot. If I see a move, I just want to get in. I got to stop doing that. But I'm looking forward for a great week. Hopefully you guys learn a lot. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on Telegram. And you guys make sure you share this live webinar, which is on Facebook, on my page. Just go on my page and share it with your friends. And then from there, we'll catch some tips together. So currencies to focus on for this week, again, it's Euro USD, GBP odd, USD CAD, NZD JPY, and gold. Focus on those currency pairs this week, and we will come back again next Sunday. We'll go over them and see what happened. Have a good night, everyone, and I'll talk to you all soon.